Alright, here we go. We're gonna get started with the show. It's the show. It's the show. Day after Valentine's. 'Tis the day after Valentine's. That's what we do. Then to push the button, everything is for you. And go. There's that song, kitty. You know what time it is. Live from the Crescent Moon Temple, it's the morning show with your host, Tolinar. Okay, it's time to play the music. Switch all of the cameras on. It's time for the morning show, and I guess I'm on my own. Just quickly check the chat room. There is nobody home. It's time for the morning show, and I guess I'm on my own. Yeah. The cue camera. The host, the guest, the audience. It's what I've got to be. There's no one even watching. I feel kind of acidy. I think something might be stuck in my throat. I'm gonna try to get it out. That's a very uncomfortable feeling. I'm sure you felt, no doubt. Double check Twitch integration. All systems are good to go. One last quick mic inspection. We're in the yellow, but I think we're okay. Pick a topic of conversation. Something new that I ought to know. It can be so interesting, discussing psychology, the universe, and just whatever happens to cross my brain because I've got way too much stuff going on in here. Hopefully not insane. The host, the guest, the audience, it's what I'm going to be. There's no one even out there. This all depends on me. And that's nothing unusual. It's just another day. If I want to make my life great, I'll have to do it my own way. The host, the guest, the audience, it's what I've got to be. There's nobody else out there. What the heck is peer pressure? And that's nothing unusual. It's just another day. If I want to make my life great, I've got to do it my own way. Today on the morning show, we discussed the obscure concept of peer pressure, which is a bit of a mystery to me because for that you have to have peers, which I don't. Anyways, play me to the desk. Gonna drink a big glass of yogurt, see if that dislodges the sting in my throat. Better. Today's morning show is brought to you by the letter O and the number 5, and by viewers like me. Because, brother, I'm in. Managed to mostly get my channel updated again. Instant frog. Oh, cat. Holy crap. You pooped. Now you're freaking. You do that, don't you? Doggone. Okay, so we have to upload yesterday's and today's, and they were all updated. It's a bit loud, the sounds. We're gonna dial us back just a touch, as I do every morning. Whoa! Look, you super cappy freak out, quit your sugary jagging. I don't want to think about it. You gone crazy. You boogity booker. Alright. Today is the 15th of February. And Oh, that's helping. I think I have a hairball. I think the cat laid on my face and I got so much friggin' hair inhaled that I ended up with a hairball. Ah. Jeez.
Okay.
All right. No cat. I don't think so. Okay. Someone's playing random notes. Get out of there. Don't play crap at random. Ah, jeez. That's helping quite a bit with the hairball. Alright. So, unfortunately, my heater has broken, which is a nuisance. I degummed my eyes a bit. First, I'm gonna have some yogurt, and then I'll have some tea. We'll get into this topic of peer pressure soon enough. I'm very cold this morning, mainly because the baseboard heater has stopped functioning, which I think is due to the temperature having been a failure, more or less. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh boy. Just a moment. There. All fixed. Now we have to wait for the house to heat up. The heat today is radiating out of the kitchen. Here it comes. Okay. Don't get the paper bag into the heater. That'll be nothing but trouble. Okay. Oh no, Cat. I don't think so. You'll have to sell that song and dance to someone else. I'm not up for vaudeville right now. Sugar in that. I'm a bit between projects as I gradually get things cleaned up and straightened up. The cold is not my friend. I've got to get the temperature up in this house and keep it up for a while. Never found an ally in the cold. It's warmth and comfort that enables me to do most of my fun, crazy stuff. Cold just represents an obstacle to me. I'm sure there are other people who like the cold. Different things have different meanings to different people. But for me, the cold is just the problem. Good. I'll take some activator as well this morning. The sugar didn't stir in very well. Let me get in there. Seems I burned my corn flour and it tastes a bit bitter. That's too bad, but it can't be helped. It can't be helped, kitty. I burned the corn flour. You're hooked. You're gonna get loose? Are you stuck? Okay, there. Are you stuck? Are you stuck? You're gonna... Oh, Mana, you're stuck. Hang on, my cat's stuck. Oh. Thank goodness you got free. Ooh, you have me worried, kitty. I don't want you to get hurt and So once you get hurt, it doesn't very much. Poor thing. Oh boy. She hookered it with her toe. She got it out. Nobody likes getting snagged. It happens sometimes. Peer pressure, I guess. While we wait for it to warm up in the house. Tea. We are social creatures by our very base nature. We were always engineered to be social creatures. The thing that sets us apart from other animals is that through our divergence and cooperation, we can achieve many things. We've already talked about the overarching concept of a social structure, how knowledge and stability contributes to a lifestyle that is more sedentary than nomadic, and how having a sedentary lifestyle enables people to engage in principal behaviors other than food harvesting. So people do not have to collect vegetables if they do not want to. They do not have to farm or hunt. Instead, they can engage with things the way they want. Hi, kitty. Did you decide you want to come over and join the talk? You have to have your input, huh? You're like, no, I still hunt. It's very important to me. I would hunt even if there was nothing to hunt. Is that what it is, kitty? Is that what you're trying to say? Tell the audience clearly. But you're snurfing the mic. That's not what I want you to do. You gotta talk. You gotta talk. No? Okay, never mind. Kitty has nothing to add at this point. Anyways, because our society is capable of accumulating strength and cooperating, it is impossible to assume that the opinions of others doesn't matter. It is the opinions of others that stabilize our existence. We all cooperate together. And so when one person says XYZ is not a good idea, we kind of have a mandate to listen to that, to pay attention to it. I think I'm going to start a bath, actually. I'll raise my temperature the old-fashioned way with hot water. You call that old-fashioned. Let me get this rolling. First, it's gonna get noisy as I pour a bath. There it is. Okay. We can form a first flush, removing the cold water from the bathtub. Let that get on out of here. Good. Once the cold water has cleared the pipes, screw that down and begin filling. It'll be about 4 minutes before that's ready. Maybe a little longer. I would prefer a larger load of hot water than average. But cold. Nobody wants a small bath on a cold day. Boy. Just bracing cold. Okay. Anyways, I'm talking about peer pressure, right? Mm. 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 Yeah. Uh-huh. Someone once said, "It's a genuine shame for the world that most authentically good people have no interest in positions of power." My reply, "Or we have the wisdom to know that taking power from others is not going to end well. So we create it from nothing rather than seek leadership." Ooh. Do some triple checking the water temperature as we work here. I believe we are just about there. That looks nice. Okay. I think we are set to go here. Let me grab a towel from the front supply. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Cold. We are working on that. It's still 66 degrees in here. Fortunately, having a heat mask set up like this would be good for my overall temperature. What the hell are you doing? boy, does it beat being cold. Because our life involves so many people, because we are social creatures, the opinions of others naturally matter to us. Unfortunately, we tend to have our blinders on and assume that everyone in society has equal sway over that society. This gives rise to peer pressure. We strive to maintain everyone's opinion of us as positive, no matter the cost. And peer pressure is generally unhealthy for society. Now, there are instances where the mindset of the populace benefits a great deal from having so many perspectives. Peer pressure has a tendency to remove those in favor of what is popular instead. One of the great damages that peer pressure causes is the reduction of the unique. Rather than seek out what they personally believe or feel, more and more people will seek the popular opinion or perspective. Sometimes people will assume opinions and personalities that are directly influenced by what is popular rather than the truth, setting aside their own thoughts and perspectives for the sake of trying to find someone else's answer. It's quite the problem. To be your authentic self, you can't allow someone else to tell you what your authentic self is. You have to simply maintain it. The cheese must stand alone. As I mentioned when I was discussing facts versus truth, not everyone can know everything. What is publicly regarded as fact can give way to a deeper truth if you have a lot of personal knowledge in the source. The better informed you are by your own personal experiences, the more likely your perspective is going to diverge from everyone's. And it's entirely possible that your complex approach and view to life is unpopular. A person may figure out that the sun cannot be at the center of the universe and be incredibly unpopular for thinking so. A non-heliocentric view Oh no. No one wants to hear that, even if it's true. There is willful ignorance and there is social ignorance. Social ignorance causes people to dismiss things out of pocket because the rest of society appears to oppose it. When the zeitgeist, the current fluid communication thought, says that's not the best idea, then it's easy for a person's personal responses to be tempered by that, even if they have information that runs counter to it. But more commonly, when they don't have enough information. Let us say there are 3 people standing in a circle. You want to ask about something you have no experience with. Black pasta. Person 1 thinks fact. Black pasta must have something unpleasant in it. Because it's not normal color, there must be some artificial coloring. I would stay away from it. Person 2, fact. Well, black pasta has bad aesthetics compared to cream-colored pasta. I don't think I want that on my white dishes. Person 3, truth. Black pasta is an ancient Italian dish called morelli, and it's made with squid ink and tastes very faintly of seafood, and it is delicious. It tastes different and it's a unique thing. Well, you've got these 3 perspectives, 2 of which say that squid ink pasta, black pasta, is creepy and you should stay away from it. And 1 perspective, which seems suspiciously well informed, that squid ink pasta is delicious. Who do you believe? That's the question. And the calculator says you will find it easier to grasp and understand the opinions of people whose opinions are thinly rooted. A person who makes a general appeal to the aesthetic of black pasta, a person who makes the common observation that something has to be in the pasta coloring it, and that they don't want additives in their food. These are both very common and clear thought patterns. But these thought patterns represent only the thinnest surface understanding. Flip the script on it, and you end up with an entirely different approach. You've got 3 people discussing a microwave. You're learning about microwaves today. Person 1 says that microwaves make life a great deal more efficient. You operate a microwave, food cooks 10 times, 20 times faster than if you have to use a stovetop. They are convenient above all else. This is a fact. Person 2 observes that many things are specially designed to cook in a microwave. And since many people do it, it must be safe. This is opinion, and we sense this, but it is popular opinion. Peer pressure. And person 3 says that microwaves heat food by belting it with radiation. And you're going to get irradiated if you eat irradiated food, so you should stay away from microwaves. That's a truth. Is it a well-set truth? No, but it is a truth. The other 2 people who lack experience find it difficult to continue to argue the position, because microwaves do sound like a form of radiation. and they don't know exactly what's happening, so they can't argue the point, but they know they've been using it for a long time. Here, peer pressure says the microwave is fine. It's not causing any problems at all, as far as we know. Nobody's been suffering from the microwave, we think. While person 3 says no, the microwave is a term for the microwave radiation, which is emitted, which gets into your food, and then you're going to have a bad time because now your food is irradiated. So you should stay away from the microwave. Now, when two experts discuss a topic and it's truth versus truth, you can get closer to the deep truth of an incident. But most of the time, we make our decisions based on surface projections. In this case, we have one person's truth, microwaves are unsafe, up against a fact and an opinion. Fact, microwaves are convenient. Opinion, everyone uses microwaves and not everyone seems to be having problems with radiation, so it's probably safe. That kind of jump is called induction. Inductive reasoning is when you use brute force and probability to figure out what is likely and go from there. The thing is, most of the time induction is fine, and that's why peer pressure is a thing. Most of the time, public opinion can be trusted. If everybody says that something is delicious, you may want to taste it. If everybody says that someone is trouble, you might want to watch your back around them. But it's not always on point. And when it messes up, it tends to mess up grandly. Like, sun is the center of the universe grandly. Peer pressure can make it difficult to exist, or it can be a useful tool. It forms a communication from you to others. When it tries to convince you to abandon your own personal truth, you should take caution against it. But when it is guiding your uninformed actions, it can be surprisingly useful, keeping your toes out of trouble. It just won't be right all the time. You have to accept that. Peer pressure represents, by and large, uninformed opinions. There will be some people who have facts to contribute, people who have found things that are believable and true on some level, who have clear, logical perspectives, and their unique perspectives will grant unique facts that might be useful. But most people will have opinions of opinions, forming a cloud of pressure from your peers. Peer pressure. That's public opinion. Now, Clinton can say, I did not inhale all he wants. He won't be able to change public opinion. He won't be able to alter the public's reckoning of what went down. He can talk about his truth, tell exactly what happened from his perspective, talk about his feelings, goals, and desires. And this can be 100% honest, full of integrity, and still convince nobody. Because it could just as easily be entirely fabricated, a lie, misinformation for the sake of controlling public opinion. And that's the thing about public opinion. The more something is designed to control public opinion, the less influence it has over public opinion. If someone releases a statement, the world is coming to an end, most of us will disregard that. The reason why? Why is someone saying the world is coming to an end? What is their goal? Their goal is obviously to influence as many people as possible, possibly cause a panic. If a person's goal with communication is to change public opinion becomes very staunch about not changing. Somebody who wants to control the public mindset just for the sake of controlling it does not deserve to control the public mindset. The way it goes, someone makes a private discovery, someone uncovers truth that is especially effective, and they share this truth with others, and others also find this truth to be highly effective. Now, for the person who discovered it, it's truth. They have a deep perspective. For everyone else, it's fact. It's something that can be observed without understanding it entirely. So, a small nugget of truth and a blanket of facts leads to a gradual sweeping change in public perception. One person can understand that short-range microwaves aren't actually capable of causing damage to the body. That what they do is vibrate the water molecules in food, basically like shattering a glass from singing a high note. That's exactly what it's like. The heat causes the food to heat up. All the energy's got to go somewhere. It's a highly energy efficient transfer system, similar to conduction and convection, but much more pointed. It's a modern technological wonder. And the important takeaways are: 1, your food should always have water in it. 2, you should never put metal in a microwave, and there are certain other things that shouldn't go in either because they'll react badly with short-range microwaves. And 3, unless the microwave is malfunctioning, there's no health risk to anyone involved. This this truth of science gradually becomes fact as others accept these rules. 1, make sure there's water in your food. 2, don't put metal and other certain things into the food or it can cause plasma. And most people won't even know why they shouldn't do that. They'll just know they shouldn't. It arcs or something, it sparks, something happens, a bad reaction. And 3, microwaves are modern convenience. They are a marvel of our technology. That one is believable. The fact that it works so well at both the surface and the depth makes it a publicly accepted truth. Drafting it as law. In the same way that gravity has many truths to people that falls are bad for your health, and that it never stops pulling. And that on the short term, gravity is not an issue, but the further you try to pull yourself away from it, the more dangerous it is when it pulls you back. These truths are discovered in many different ways by many different people, forming a lattice of truths and facts from people who hear about those truths, that it becomes law. And I don't mean law as in man's law. I mean natural law. The law of gravity is not a law at all. It's a theory held by a lot of people, bound together by many personal truths, and then even more anecdotal facts, and still more opinions on the matter that lead to a collective agreement. Gravity is a force to be reckoned with, quite literally. Gravity must be managed carefully, because if you fail to manage gravity, you're going to get hurt. And this truth and fact resonates with such a huge percentage of humanity that nobody thinks it's a good idea to try and build a flying machine and drive it off the roof of your house. Everyone agrees that's a cockamamie scheme, and you're gonna get hurt, because if you mess with gravity, you're gonna get hurt. Peer pressure exists to protect us and aid us and guide us in those moments when we confront the most dangerous of things, or when we have the possibility to seize the biggest advantage. Sometimes peer pressure can guide us to the wrong answer. A whole group of frat buddies of yours might think it's a really good idea to kiss this girl because they all find her attractive and they all think they know what they would want if they were in her shoes. So certainly this is what she wants. But her truth could be very different. Maybe she has her own thing. People always have their own thing. So, through your lens, she doesn't look like she wants to be kissed. Your version of this truth says she is trying not to stand out while everyone else hoots and hollers. Should you do it? Unfortunately, peer pressure, when it involves a single cohesive group of people, represents the expectations of every member of that group. If you wish to remain a part of the group, it can be difficult to say no, even when your perspective is very different from everyone else's. Arguing the point can be less effective. People don't always want to hear the dissenting voice. And if you have to deal with these people on a daily basis, their opinion of you can matter. You can make these issues very heavy indeed. This is the real problem with peer pressure. It's not fear of being wrong, which is almost never the problem. It is the fear of not being accepted. We don't wish to be ostracized, forced from the group. We want to remain friends with everybody. However, in this case, we are forced to choose between two social circles. The girl that we could kiss, or the friends who think it's a good idea when you're convinced that the girl thinks it's not. You're not the girl. Maybe she is just waiting for you to kiss her, or maybe she's not. Maybe she's just waiting to get the hell out of there and go home. Because she's here for the same reason that you're thinking about kissing. Social obligation. She has to live with these people too. She doesn't want to make enemies. This is the problem with peer pressure. Very, very rarely does the problem of peer pressure boil down to their ideas versus yours. It always comes back to social network damage. If we didn't have to see these people tomorrow, we wouldn't care what they thought. Generally speaking, when an instance elevates to peer pressure, it puts incredible strain on the network that gave rise to the situation. Because by its nature, some of those elements of the group might agree that the approach is heavy-handed. Oh, it's pollen. I see it now. I am having an allergic reaction. Oh. The pollen count is up. Or the cat laid on my face. Frick. Stupid cat. That was you, wasn't it? It was you. And sure now. You're being peer pressured, cat. Anyways. Accusation. By its nature, engaging in a peer pressure event will fracture a social circle. There will be people who disapprove that that was actually happening. People who seek to police that kind of behavior who seek to control coercive actions on the part of a group for the sake of controlling a social environment will cause the breakup of social circles, and the fallout of a failed social circle is always, always, always ostracization. You can't stay in both groups. Let's say when you mention that she's not into this very loudly in an attempt to convince Kat, get away. You already tail-butted me. Go, 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 go. I don't want cat hair. I am currently allergic. So, Kat's trying to, she's frozen, facing the wrong way. She's waiting for a chance to turn over and worm her way here. I don't want cat hair. She's trying to get over here. She's just about to do the 180 and dive for it. I'm versed in Kat. I know what she's thinking. She's getting primed to go for it. She's facing away, pretending to think about nothing. About 12 more seconds. 9 more seconds. 6 more seconds. 3 more seconds. She's aware that I'm aware now. She's cagey. She's peeking. She's trying to see if it's time to go yet. It is not time to go yet. She's side eyeing me as hard as possible. See if she's currently being monitored. She's like, he's on me. He's on me. He's on me. I can't dive. She's decided to abort. If I lay down flat though, she'll take that as a green light and she'll jump on. Anyways, I was going on about social circles. You can't stay as a part of both of them. So you take this girl and very loudly proclaim that she's not into this, okay? This is going to cause a fracture. Everyone who agrees that she shouldn't be forced into it, nope, here she comes. Everyone who agrees that she should not be forced into this, no, I don't want cat. I have enough cat hair. Stay over there. No. I have enough cat hair. I just washed off. Sorry, kitty. But not this morning. I'm clogged beyond clogged. I have to deal with that first. Anyways. There will be those who agree with you. People who are like, yeah, she should be allowed to decide this for herself. And everyone who is egging you on because they want to see some action. And everyone who thinks they should let up because she has her own will break into two social circles, and you can't stay in both of them. In fact, it's pretty clear which one you're going to be in. If you ask a question like, does pineapple belong on pizza, the social circle will fracture into two halves. It's the greatest debate of humanity. Does pineapple belong on pizza? Half the people will say it's good and anything that's good is fine. The other half will say it's an abomination. You're crazy for even pretending you like it. No, cat. No, I don't want cat right now. I have enough cat hair. I don't want cat right now. Cat is thoroughly unsatisfied. Now it has given up. Speaking of giving up, I think I'm about there myself. I've been rambling on about being cold and getting a bath and talking vaguely about peer pressure for a while now. Peer pressure has consequence. The important thing to realize is that when people utilize peer pressure to try and change someone's behavior directly, it's them putting pressure on the social network, not the person who disagrees. When a person uses their own facts and truth, their own perspective, to object to behaviors that are being mandated by a social leader, it's the leaders who are condoning and demanding this behavior that are responsible for the fracture of the social group, not the constant not the person who serves as the catalyst, who causes the change. The people who insisted you follow the social dynamic. They're the ones who brought the point to a head. It's very easy to feel responsible for damage that is almost certainly going to happen. But that damage wasn't caused by you. That damage was caused by someone who thought that it would be more fun to control the power of a whole group than their own voice. So they saw others who thought the same as them, and then tried to control those people, and then in a domino effect sought to control the group. Being power hungry happens. And if you've got control of the whole party, you can make two people kiss, can't you? Egging you on, trying to encourage a specific behavior because you're at the forefront of the groupthink capacity. On some level, it is a misuse of powers. On another, it is simply applying pressure to the social structure which maintains the cohesiveness of the group. And when you do that, eventually the group will fracture. If not from you, then from someone else. My name is Tolinar. Thanks for listening to the morning show. I'm going to get going. You guys have a good day out there.